and eaten something I shouldn't have. It was kind of upset my stomach, so I've currently been firing out the wrong end. Easiest way to
Yeah.
say. But I did send a chat. Good day, Jack.
Very much so. Your volume is real soft. I've got you turned all the way up.
Oh,
I'm gonna.
sorry.
We've got another guest, and I've got sirens going here, but we've got another guest I want to welcome back. Avil, welcome.
Hey, thanks. Can you hear me all right?
It's a little staticky, but welcome back. Beautiful dog in the picture, man.
Thanks. I'm gonna back out and switch mics. I think it might be my mic. I'll be back.
Please and thank you. You appreciate it. Here, the idea. I really do want to share this fact, and I want to share it as a fact. When good people, honest people unite together with facts, with evidence, standing on the truth together with compassion, keeping each other strong in compassion, we can confront the cruelest. We can confront the most deceptive liars, the greatest manipulators. But it's going to take the willingness, and it's going to take a little combined effort to create the opportunity to kind of confront the selfishness and greed that's been driving this world into wars and debts. I think it's time, guys. My goal is to share some friendly conversations, not just with Trump, but in front of Congress, the purpose of peace. The purpose of peace, not war. That is why we are created here. Now, the corrupted beliefs want mankind to be at war with each other, and so that's what's been prevailing. But we don't have to continue enabling evil, not at all. As a matter of fact, I'm confident we are fully prepared to change it. Andy, you know what, my friend, I won't deny it. But I was tuned in, I think it was yesterday. You were with Finding Gnosis and another gentleman. And you were having some amazing. I respect you so much, Andy. I really do. And you are so well studied too. I don't mean to disrespect you at all. However, it seems I spend more time. It seems to me that I spend a considerable amount of time listening to people who want to prove me wrong, and less time offering different explanations of what I might have said. But that's on me too. I realize that. And I'm learning and I'm growing. And guys, I tell you what, this thing is an undeniable fact. As long as lies are enabled in any relationships, there is not a peaceful relationship that goes within us and around us. Yeah, let's welcome back our friend Duck. How are you today, brother?
Hey, I'm good. How are you, Jack?
Feeling truly blessed.
Cool.
What's up, Jack? Duck, Craig.
Welcome to you as well, boy. God bless. We, as dysfunctional and broken and hopeless as we might sometimes appear or seem, I actually do think we are poised in the perfect position to be a part of something pretty amazing. Every one of us is. And the thing is, we always were a part of something amazing, but the world profits from us thinking less of ourselves. Self-doubt.
Yeah.
That's where it's pretty obvious to me, this ego identity that becomes our personality and who we think we are. It's built with guilt and shame, and it's defended by blame and fear.
Is the ego necessarily a bad thing, Jack? I don't think so, though.
Only when it is inauthentic.
Yeah.
Because when it's inauthentic, it's lying.
Yeah, in our timeline, in this current age, the ego has got a bad reputation, right? But I mean, it's the ego that makes you go online every day, man. Come on, you can't deny that. That's the ego. It's not your soul. It's not your soul. It's the ego. It's not your mind. It's the ego, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. But like you said, the instance, I call it this false ego, right? The ego that needs, yeah, right. So, and some people don't mind to make any distinction between the two of them, and the false ego can take over, and calls itself the ego too, and that's why the ego has got such a bad reputation. It's like the difference between the ego and the id, right? Or the ego and the ip. If you know some Latin, but yeah, I mean, I would just call it the false ego.
Beautiful. I think we're
It's kind of
pointing to the same thing. What's that, Doug?
I was going to add, it's kind of dangerous too, because when you talk about fear or judgment, whatever it is, we can also ask what actually supports those ideas. And I'm sorry if I'm missing part of the equation. My simple young man mind can only understand it this way, that one simple thing of having not virtues of honesty, but virtues of fear end up being pushed up by, what is it? It's hatred, it's misunderstanding, something
Now,
like
we
that.
were talking about something completely different, but if you want to divert it to fear and hatred or whatever, or
It's
that's
okay.
okay.
I think I get what Duck is saying, and we got another guest here. Your device isn't connected in the back. There's both of what you're saying. I get what you were pointing at, that the ego's gotten a bad rap, and it's that false ego that I think you were pointing at.
Yeah, that's what I call it.
I heard it described beautifully as a protective personality. It's like this shell we put over ourselves to keep ourselves separated from the pain of others. And like Andy pointed out, this is absolutely true. And I want to kind of expand on a little as well. This ego is a tool, and the tools can be used for good or evil. And so that kind of ties into where Duck was pointing. Behind these fears, there's a reason. It's a hate or a confusion. There's a distortion that prevents love from being there, right?
And love can be the same thing supporting it, Jack. I think that's the beautiful thing is not it's not even domineering or putting it central, but it's just saying that that's always a pathway people can take, is trying to, for me, it's understand better, and falling short even with that, and and that's it.
I know, and what you're pointing at is the ego. The part that falls short is the identity that's edging God out. It takes over in times of confusion and panic. It's like a system we've got within us. It put us on co-pilot. And there's a lot of people that's how they're living, at a subconscious level. And that's where I was at. My cruelty wasn't near as much externally as it was internally. I was just ruthless on myself. But hey, we've got a guest I want to bring back. And then I do want to swing back to the idea of ego and the
False
tool.
ego, right?
Well, and tools, because there's more to this. I think we got your connection. How's the audio now? Welcome back.
Hey, does it sound okay?
Sounds much better. Thank you.
Cool. How are you doing?
Truly feeling blessed, my friend. I really am.
Good. Good to hear. All right, guys, continue. Don't let me interrupt.
Okay. Thank you. We were discussing the distinctions, perhaps, between the ego, the false ego, the protective personality, the identity. I was considering this. Go ahead.
I think there's a few different ways to view the ego.
Mm-hmm.
I think it always comes back to identity. My view on the ego is I kind of view it in a slightly negative way, and I just think it's when you're divorced. I think the ego arises when like you won't look inward, and then you get egotistical, right? In many different ways, like projection or something like that. There's so many different ways it comes out, but
Yeah, the main thing is understanding, recognizing the symptoms within yourself. What is your authentic self, and what is this trauma persona that you're carrying? What is the false part? Every one of us have to, if we want to live the fullest life, we've got to get clarity in who we are, and we are not the body or the reputation or anything else. You jumping in for it? Go ahead. Okay.
No, I just wanted to perform some clarity because I was being vague. So
You were being vague. I think I got distracted from that.
no, I mean you talked about clarity, and so it was like my camera is obscured, and so I was like,
Oh, gotcha.
so
Gotcha. Thank you. Getting clarity
doesn't that
on.
make sense, Jack? Like our ego comes out when we're like defensive and shit like that. Because if a person wasn't, in my mind, if a person wasn't being egotistical or their ego wasn't flaring up, they wouldn't have anything to defend against. Their identity wouldn't be hurt if somebody, bears false witness or XYZ. So our ego comes out when we are fearful, essentially.
Mhm.
But like we always have a sense of identity. It's just when we're acknowledging that, or when we're like we don't look inward.
Right. I think, yeah. It is that identity that reacts. And what I had to look at behind my reactions when I got angry, it was just what you said. My identity and beliefs were getting attacked, right? So I felt the pressure because I was attached to my identity and my beliefs. But that part of us that reacts, behind my reactions, there was memories from my past. The stories I was telling myself, you're not worthy, you're not good enough. Holy shit, they were becoming true. And I didn't want to accept the reality I'd created for myself, but there it was. My worst fears were happening. So
A hard thing for me to grapple with, because I've went down this road myself, and it's a long road. I'm not out of it yet, but after understanding where the beliefs come from, you still have to wrestle with, I've been a shithead, or it's not about blame at that point. You have been a shithead. It doesn't matter if you were a shithead that was created or not created. And that's a tough pill to swallow too, and it just it constantly cycles.
Until it doesn't.
Yeah, it gets softer, but
Well, brother,
I think that's
that-
victimhood too, which is a big part of that, is understanding you're no longer a victim and you have the agency. But that kicks in once you understand. If you're still lost in a haze.
Yep. Brother, I'm sorry. Everything you're saying, I'm feeling encouraged because we're in the right spot. I'm confident our purpose in this generation at this time of history, the new kingdom can be born through us. I think many of us are dealing with generational patterns that have been passed down into our DNA and our genetics and our spirit, right? And we pick up things from our moms and our dads before we even know it. But we are this generation. We've got the answers, and we're here to heal, to break the patterns, to overcome the past excuses that allowed us to get reactive.
I guess that's maybe where you and I are a little bit different, because when I look back on our past, even the atrocities, I don't hold it against people. I just think, people grow over time, and so do cultures. Technology's in there too, and it changes things. It's a lot to try to get a holistic picture on, but I don't blame a person who didn't know any better. Group psychology is very powerful. So like, if you think about slavery, if it's,
Right.
if your group thinks it's a normal thing, it's never really questioned. I mean, that's an extreme example, and it absolutely was questioned. So I shouldn't
Right.
have used that, but
No, but there were many that just went along because that was their way it was. And they were told, you can't change it. Don't fight it. Just deal with it.
yeah, like I got shitheads in my life who, I don't know if they're ever gonna like kind of see the truth, like you like to say, but I don't hold it against them. It's just they're a product of what happened to them, like you were saying, generational. There's no need to be angry about it. Like sometimes you get pretty angry about politics, Jack, and I would say
I
kind of
get
in the
fired up.
same. Yeah,
Well, this is the thing.
that's your trauma. If in my opinion, but sorry, go ahead.
There's potentially a little bit of that, but it really is. It's a daily grief and sadness I have to face and deal with because it's happening, and my goal is what it is. So that means I failed, and I'm not carrying the burdens of the world on my back, but I know an amazing opportunity for good people to shine. And I'm pretty sure that's what God's been preparing us for, guys, for us to shine.
I just think, you like you put humanity on a pedestal, so to speak. Like, I'm not saying humanity is bad in any way. I'm just, what are you going to do? Like, people, they're always going to go through struggle, and that's going to create behaviors, et cetera, et cetera. You do the ripple effect, right? I don't need to go down that road, but there's no changing that ever. Like people, unless you change people with genetic coding or something, maybe. But
What?
big cyborgs.
Wow, dude, and that's a lot that you said there. Wow.
Thank you, boy.
I'm gonna shut up there. I'm gonna shut up.
Well, yeah, go ahead. I'll shut up, and you can.
Yeah.
Hey, the reaction was appropriate. Avil, don't limit your ideas to just one way or another to change things. If you guys are willing
I was saying I would be quiet because he stopped talking. I didn't want him to think he wasn't allowed to talk, right?
No, I got you. I think I got what Rory was pointing at too. But here, let's go through these. I did some observations because I've got money and authority in quotes. They're pretend, right? And as long as secrets remain legal, people will continue relying on money and authority to tell them how to spend their lives. That's the life I used to live. But money is only has value because collectively we've been told to believe in it. And authority only exists because people accept its legitimacy. And both have become substitutes for actual clear-minded thinking and wisdom and fairness.
Value and beauty. I'd like to add to that. Jeff.
Thank you. Value and beauty. Amen. This
People's
money.
perception.
What's that?
People's perception is broadly based on their peers. So even if you, like you say, we don't need wars because everyone has their needs met. They'll still do a comparative thing. They'll still form groups. Like this part of human nature won't change. And a part of the consequence of that is that we have strife between groups and things like that. So
you sound very depressed, dude.
I'm not depressed at all.
Okay.
Trust me. I think I'm taking a pragmatic view that a lot of people don't want to adopt because it hurts a lot and it has something to do with their soul. Like if you're a human and this is unsettling to you, of course you would have.
Are you a human too? By the way, I mean, is this a good question?
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, you think so? Okay.
Well, it could be a simulation. Who knows, right?
Yeah. Well, you sound like one.
Well, we don't really know, and that's why I'm so adamant that it's time for the truth to be set free so that mankind can be set free of this economic system that has people fighting against people stepping on each other to create profits. It's absolute insanity.
Jack, you don't even want the truth. You think everyone else does? You run a YouTube show on this very topic daily. You think the layman wants the truth?
You said, I don't want the truth. I'm pretty sure that's you, buddy. That's you.
No, when I say like, you think you can reinvent the wheel or change human nature, I would say that is not, I would say that's like a false belief you've created because if you could do that, then it would provide a certain amount of meaning that you need out of life. That's like, for instance, I've adopted that too myself. When I was younger, go ahead.
No, please. Maybe this story will help me understand where you're trying to go.
Right. When I was younger, I have this very specific memory that stuck with me when I was on the bus. I must have been in like 3rd grade. And I just remember thinking, my purpose is to help people and help them understand things. When I got older, I understand where that belief came from. That belief came from a value set that I thought people would like me if I achieved that because I was lacking that. It's a long story, but anyways, that's different than thinking you can reinvent the wheel and make some type of new utopia where there's no strife, there's no crime, there's no suffering.
I don't accept your story for me. Okay, you might accept that story for you, but have you studied? I don't know what you've studied.
It's just belief, Jack. I'm not saying you have to accept it. I was just providing you. That's how I view it. I think that's kind of like a thing that you're deluded on because it holds value if it's true.
I listened. I heard you. Please hear me. Okay, because you made a claim that I don't understand human nature, and then you continued on in the directions that you want me to believe, but I don't want to believe like you. I've studied and experienced things, miraculous things, some might say, and I know that transformations happen. I actually feel quite prepared with a good, broad, big picture understanding of human nature, history, politics, economics, religions. I mean, I don't have all the details as well as some others do, but I know enough.
Can I ask you a question, Jack? And maybe it'll let me understand you a bit better.
Okay, please. Yeah, yes, please.
If you had to pick one or another, I want you to answer one or the other. But if you don't think it's so simple, after you pick one or another, you can say afterwards, like, well, this is why I don't think it's so simple. Okay.
Mhm.
If you had to pick a way to form our government here in America, would it be a melting pot or would it be multiculturalism?
That's not a government. That's a culture. But okay.
It's a government policy. It's a foreign policy. Get out
No,
of here.
dude. I mean, that's a trick question. But okay.
It's not a trick question. It's a preference. Listen, you and I can get into it afterwards, but let Jack answer if he needs more clarification. Let him ask.
Yeah, I don't know what you mean by those definitions, but I'm not comfortable choosing one direction or another, but what I'm suggesting is that we reform any title of system into one that stands on truth more than economics and politics, right? Because this authority bullshit. Sorry, it's this authority nonsense. It's got to end. Sorry, go ahead. Now it's you, please.
I'm bad at reading pauses. If I get like a half-second pause, I'm like, oh, he's done. I'll just provide my quick definition, and then if it's not registering, we can just let it go. So multiculturalism would be, say, if you immigrate to an area, but you retain your identity and your cultures of your old country, right? What a melting pot.
Like we didn't know the definition of that. So, but thank you for explaining.
No, I told.
But I'm not done yet. So if you could wait another 10 seconds, what a melting pot would be is essentially what it is. So you would come into the pot and you would blend in with whatever the majority consistency of the pot would be, right? You're melting it all together. So you're not retaining your culture when you come to the pot. You're basically becoming an amalgamation of whatever's going on previously there. So, right, that's the old ethos of America. It's different than multiculturalism, which is where you retain it. I'm just asking you, if you had to pick, what is your view of how people should, go about living next to one another?
I stand on what I said earlier. Whatever name we identified, I'm not actually thinking of just one nation. I'm actually thinking that the entire world can do a better job of what these governments stand for, because as long as they stand for profits and protecting the corporations and the banks, well, then the people will remain brainwashed. And the direction that we're going in right now, I mean, weapons manufacturer and the IDF are developing technology that's being experimented and tried out in actual warfare right now. So
Crying that the sky is blue isn't going to change the fact that the nature of the sky is blue. Does that make sense to you?
But again, just that statement about the blue sky, I find to be just as kind of irrelevant as your question about my opinion of a cultural or a melting pot. I mean, until we confront what's happening, we're just bullshitting with each other. I mean,
I think you have a hard time at times ranking and weighting your opinions on how certain things affect other things. So,
well, I think he's actually standing his ground, and I think you're trying to push him off his pedestal.
No. I'm not here to.
That's a hard no. That's a hard no.
Well, no. What I'm saying is, I have no interest.
That's actually, knowing your personality. That's actually a yes, right?
No, you said I was trying to change his mind. I have no interest in changing people to my camp or like.
Just diversion is your game, right? Distraction, diversion. But Jack is a bit stronger than that. I think you're gonna have to try harder.
Have you ever seen Jerry Springer?
See?
You don't want it, do you? You don't. Okay, go ahead. Talk your shit. I'll let it go.
Me.
Talk your shit.
Who were
Go
you?
ahead.
Who were you? The director? The editor?
I'm just a guy.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm
I
just
said
noticing.
it, so it's not really a dig on me. But go ahead, say your shit.
Not at all. No, not at all. I just
I
go
won't
ahead.
even. I won't even smack
Go ahead.
back. Just get your shit out.
I just want to interject my 2 sentences there.
Hey, let me jump in here. Bring us back to a couple of things I was thinking about. It's tied to our mind's identity, the mental identity that we develop, and how God's laws, the universal laws of truth and infinite love, how everything works together. We are designed perfectly, every single one of us. We're designed perfectly, and everything happened perfectly for us to become who we are in the present moment. Within us, there's like this self-destruct system. You experience the life you've experienced. Whatever is true is true. If you start pretending things are not true, you corrupt yourself, and then you start to believe in things that are not true. So what I was thinking about, it's only the ignorant children who don't know better who will tell lies, right? But as one matures, you realize, no, I need to be honorable with the truth. It really does matter what I say.
Hold on, Jack. Sorry for interrupting, but I think needs pushback. Aren't children inherently honest, and they only lie when they learn that it's a survival tactic?
Fear of punishment causes children to lie, and then they also do what they observe. And
What I'm
admittedly,
saying is children are predisposed to being honest.
yes,
They're honest and just. Sorry, go ahead.
no, thank you for that pushback, because that is an accurate correction. Maybe, I mean, rather than childlike, more like juvenile. It's the juvenile idea that thinks I can get away with saying things that aren't true.
The juvenile has no agency. That's the issue. It's if the juvenile had a say in the matter, or they had the wisdom, the amount of time on earth to understand what's going on, they wouldn't choose that. So
Right.
Sometimes I wonder
Right.
how it is to ask questions and never answer one. Avil?
did I trigger you, dude? I mean, I'm
Yes.
a little
See?
gobsmacked that you can't follow because
Sometimes I just wonder. This is just
No,
it's just
okay.
part of my mind. I just gave you
Well, if
peace.
you have any specific questions, I'd love to answer them for you.
Well,
so
there's
just put that
no
out there.
specific question to
Yeah,
be
I'm
asked.
sure there's not. Yeah, okay. I'm
Because
gonna mute
there
now.
will be just over talking, and there will be no answer. So, but I wonder how that would be. You know, I cannot imagine.
I don't know what you were doing, Floyd, to be honest.
Yeah.
I had a reply for Evel. Go ahead, Boy. What?
Evel did understand me. That's why it talked over me.
I don't know how to respond to vague critiques. You just say something, and I'm like, okay, well, can you be specific? You're like, no, I'm not gonna be specific. I just don't I don't like the cut of your jib, bro. Okay, well, I don't like a lot of other people's as well. It's fine. You don't have to like them.
Yes, thank you. And we were discussing juvenile behavior that's not appropriate. And if I remember right, Avil, you said something about not knowing better, and you're absolutely right. That's why it's easy to forgive children when they don't know better, but there's a lot of adults, they know better. They know better.
Like I'd say like 65% of these people out here in the mindset that you try to help people out of. Ironically or not, you're fucking on the nose a lot of the time.
Oops.
But everyone has disagreements, right? So that's nothing there.
Well, this is what I've learned. You're right. Disagreements are nothing, but then again, some disagreements are everything because they keep us separated from a different perspective.
Well, there's intensity. Like, take, I don't know if how much validity there is to the responses, but somebody like Tommy who gets really amped up, it's a very different response, and it happens for a reason. You know, outside of somebody saying like you're predisposed through genetics, which is a tall ask to say somebody's a spastic fucking, you know, maniac who has a lot of emotions. That's not usually hereditary, so it's all learned. All that shit. I would argue that it's almost always nurture over nature when it comes to social human behaviors, because all the needs are met for the most part.
That
Right.
explains a lot about you, I guess.
I mean, go ahead, enlighten me.
I'd love to try and complete the point I was trying to get to, though, if I could. Okay, the reason I brought up however you want to describe it, it's not healthy, it's not appropriate. I was trying to point to the juvenile behavior of someone who thinks it's okay to lie, someone who thinks it's okay to hide the truth. It's not. Okay?
I think
Honestly.
lying at times, Jack, is in the best interest of a person, and they should do it. And it's
That's
ethical.
what
That's the key point. It's morally right and ethical. Both of those at times, not always.
Okay, great. Now that we're back to you being right,
Shit.
you need to check yourself, dude. You're missing out. We could have been beyond your disagreements, but you're not really trying to listen. Let me welcome in Pantheon. How you doing today, brother? Good to see you again.
Muted, that's what it was. Yeah, no, I got it. Yeah, great day. Another wonderful day with the family. Sorry, guys, to rub this in people's faces when we're not having a great day, but I'm having a great day. Great day with the family. Great day in the sun. And episode 2 of the new show that I put on for people went up about the Four Horsemen. But if we bring this back to your honest people can change the world, I'm in complete agreement with that. I mean, I think honest people can change the world, but I do think there's a hand-in-hand thing going on there. Is that your take as well, Jack?
Well, I think it is honesty. That's a sign of love. If we're not honest, we're absent from love. We're straying from the truth, and that's a dangerous, slippery slope. But truly, if honest people unite with the greater truth, we can be strong in compassion. We can find ways to peacefully, non-violently confront the liars. We can overcome the lies with facts, but we live in a world of ill where the things that you're pointing at, yes, that's a problem. People have problems, but the answers are here. I actually do feel well prepared, and if it's not me, I feel well connected to people who know things more than me. But guys, this egoic identity of who we think we are, it's an opportunity for us, every one of us individually, to take what was given to us from the past and grow into whatever we can become. And this God of creation, the way everything's designed, God allows the fools to play with the tools until they learn how to understand them. They may bring a bit of self-destruction, but it's in the pain of self-destruction that you're going to learn the different lessons. And in the pain, you'll learn not to use your mind against yourself eventually, because God has given us this incredibly powerful tool of the human mind, this biology of who we are. It is through the mind, right? If we're not honest, it will corrupt our thinking, and then our thinking will lead us, the flawed logic with memories and triggers from the past will cause us to self-destruct. But it's the truth that heals us. So if we can take control of the mind and turn your thoughts of self-hate into thoughts of divine love, then you take this powerful tool that remembers your past, it interprets your present, it imagines your future. It's got the power to help you feel everything you feel. Use it.
I think that's you just hit on something really important. Do you have advice on how to do that? Like how to, for the audience, like how to move past all of the, I think you said guilt.
Yeah.
How does a person let go of guilt when they feel themselves unworthy? I think that would be a good starting stone to kind of step off of. If we want to help people, because I'm sure a lot of people want to know that.
Brother, that really is low self-worth. It's what keeps us from finding beauty, hope, love.
But you said specifically guilt, and guilt is the idea like, you know, I'm a dirty, rotten person, and
guilt
it's
has
kind of
been
inherent. It's a part of me.
Low self-esteem.
The two go together.
Guilt is different than shame, but oh, sorry, I'm fucking getting too deep. Go ahead. It's
okay. You're right. These are great questions, and I think it's things we do all deal with. The guilt and shame, to overcome those, I had to find the lessons, and I had to find evidence that I had changed, right? Because sometimes we do things that maybe we shouldn't. Sometimes we are guilty. But forgiveness and mercy, those are the path to free ourselves of the guilt. Compassion, that's a powerful, powerful energy, right?
But if we're going to forgive ourselves, I don't know how a person does that if they think they are still, you know, defective. Like it's a part of their being. It's not a choice, or it's like, they're, you know, sorry to
interrupt, but I think I get what you're saying. One way or another, it comes down to the story being told inside. Okay, so it's a bad habit that we can easily pick up as a negative story telling us, you're not worthy, this or that, right? But in that is a comparison, right? Comparing yourself to another. And with that is a judgment. Got to humble yourself to recognize, maybe I'm not the best judge of me. I'm in the middle of it. Maybe that's not the greatest comparison of me.
Hold on, Jack. I'll push back there. Looking back on my life and all the times that I went against my gut and my intuition, it's always been right, you know, but like I gave deference to people who I knew or like I felt that were just shit people, you know, and I let what they say affect me, even though it's like my fucking gut knew what was what. I think we all have that. I think that fucking gut is your guiding light, baby.
Brother, it is. And you said something I want to kind of return to, something I heard from you. At one point, you were on this path. You knew that your part was to share greater understanding on the things that you felt you knew. And you got a lot of rejection and pushback. You were on the right path, okay? And I'd encourage you to return to that path despite disapproval, because if you're right, you're right. That's what matters.
And also what matters is understanding like what made me have those beliefs. Like this is what I meant to do. I developed those beliefs because I didn't have a lot of family. I was left alone a lot. And because of that, I had a reaction to try to understand, right? So like some people will say, if I work hard, maybe I'll get noticed. Some people, well, okay, if I understand, maybe I can get out of this mess. There's a lot of things people go through. Almost everyone does it, in some form or another, because there's very few like perfect parents. You know, they all fall short in some way. So
Yeah.
all to say, yeah, exactly.
We're all learning and growing together. Our parents had a head start on us. That's pretty much the only difference. And boy, go ahead. Welcome.
Just because parents aren't perfect doesn't mean they're not responsible for fucking you up, though. I will say that. Sorry for the interruption. Go ahead.
We can offer responsibility for sure, but blame does nothing, and it creates the opportunity for us to heal.
That's
And
not
that's
true,
what we
Jack.
want
So
to do.
I asked you just previously how you would what advice you would give a person to let them let go of that guilt. If they understand that they were a child and they didn't have a choice in the matter, and that their beliefs came from the systems they grew up in, that has a lot of power to let somebody move on from like the guilt and self-hatred. So it is very important to understand where the beliefs come from. So in that aspect, yeah, if the parents are to blame, they've been shitheads, it's okay to say, like, I'm not mad at you, I understand it, but you are the fucking reason why. Like, it's not me. I wasn't born a fucking rotten egg type shit.
Right. But this is
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
there is another part of it. In our individual path, we at some point have to accept responsibility that despite what anyone else said or showed, we chose to believe what we chose to believe. We chose the story we allowed ourselves to tell ourselves.
Children would never choose to do that. This is where our schisms at.
Not consciously. I'm not saying that every choice is a conscious choice, but at some level, we're choosing to give these memories more importance than our future.
But that
And-
requires understanding. So say the child grows up, the child is innocent. Now the child is an adult. If the adult understands, then he has agency. If not,
this will never end, man. Can we have somewhat of a
me and Jack agree right now. It's a light sparring, but we agree.
if you agree, there will be silence, right? So you don't agree.
Well, you've
And
been
so
quiet for a while. Does that mean you agree with me?
Okay, dude.
All right, yeah, that was a bit pedantic. Go ahead, guys. I'll be quiet. I'm gonna go get back
I
to work.
agree with you. I think you want to hear this. I agree with your patheticness and your victimhood. Yes, I agree. If that's all you want to portray, if that's all you want to do.
You think I'm a victim? Is that your view?
If you want to talk for hours and you cannot even let me speak for 20 seconds, yes, I agree.
You just called me a victim. So I'm asking you, I was letting you speak, but then you called me a victim.
I will shut up for the next 5 minutes again.
You shut up.
Just go
fucking
ahead.
Nasty motherfucker. Bad manners. Have I ever been rude to you?
Well,
look at you just fucking throwing moral get out of here.
Well,
dude.
you just were.
Go ahead with your rambling.
No,
Can we
there's-
pause and allow, if Kenny's ready, we'll welcome Kenny on.
Oh, Kenny's ready. Okay, cool.
How you doing, buddy?
Hello, guys.
Blessings to you. Good solid sound out there in the field.
What's up,
And
dude?
blessings to you as well. It's a beautiful evening here in Hyde Park, London.
If tomorrow all the things were gone,
Careful, that's not copyright.
I got my lighter in the air right now, buddy.
Yeah, I don't need to deal with the copyright. I don't have the ads on anyway, but oh, Kenny Given, I do love you, my friend. And here, you know what he does? I'll give him what he wants, a little bit of spotlight. That is the Kenny Given Show. He is a proud man. He's very proud of his loyalty, and I can honor that. But the reality is we can't blame people for not knowing. But at some point, where does someone get responsible, right? When is someone responsible for not knowing when the answers have been there?
Understanding.
Well, we can share. This is what I thought a long time ago. When I started my path, and I started mainly, I avoided spirituality initially, but in looking at this, trying to understand the psychology of what I'd experienced, what you just said, understanding, I figured, well, if I can find a way to explain what happened with me, maybe others can understand. And so that's what I've been doing. I've been studying me and studying others and working on my communication skills. And I feel I'm pretty prepared to help people with a breakthrough. And so I'm really shooting big, man. I'm trying to get in front of Congress.
You're fine. The people are just retarded.
Where do beliefs come from? Not you, Jack, the guy who just said very kind words to me. Where are people's core beliefs? When are they formed, and where do they come from?
You're asking Craig, right?
Whoever just called me a retard.
No,
I'm outside working. I'm not watching my phone right now.
Dear God. I'm not sure. Let's swing back. That's a good question, Avil, because that's kind of.
Are you covering for this guy talking shit to me, Jack?
No, but I'm seeing that he's not cooperating. He's not offering answers.
So what happens when they're put on the spot? Yeah.
Often, it's what people can do. We've got another guest in the back, and I don't want to leave him waiting for long. He's a very, very busy man. Let's welcome back President Trump. How are we today, sir?
Hello, Jack. Thank you for having me on. It's a great day. This is United States President Donald J. Trump. A lot of great things going on. Summer's in full swing. A lot of good people. A lot of great Americans doing great things. So, always a good day.
Thank you, President Trump, for merging the Israeli army with the American army. Thank you. I mean, man,
It wasn't really up to me.
That was the biggest move of all, man. That was the greatest move, the biggest move of them all.
We used a democratic process, and the people have spoken. This is what they want, so.
Right. And so far, in President Trump's defense, his hands might be clean because he's done nothing with it. So far, it's just been the House. And I don't know what the Senate has done today, but.
That's right. We're very proud
Even though
of
it
our great
doesn't seem
republic.
like it, my hands are tight. My hands are clean. I wash my hands clean. You know, like Pilatus, Plato Pilatus. What's his name again? I forget it. You know, the thing.
Guys, tell me what you think about this. I find it a little silly to be shocked that they're merging technologies with Israel. I'd assumed it'd be a thing going on for a while. They've had Pegasus where they hack anybody's phone in the world. They've been working in tandem. So is the public acknowledgement what's shocking, or maybe you just didn't really realize that they were doing that, or what do you think is really going on, I suppose, is my question.
Oh, you're trying to downplay. You're trying to downplay the whole fucking corruption. That's okay. I'm used
do you
to
think
that.
they have agency over our or over our military? Then are you saying, like, that's why I asked if they're sharing software? Are they just sharing like hardware?
Well, if you don't want to answer any questions, there's not going to be a real discussion, is there?
What's the question then? Give me a second question.
Well, you know, if you didn't hear it.
All right, never mind. I'm not going to argue. It was just a genuine question. I don't want to fucking do semantics.
So I'm not going to answer any questions.
I'd
That's
like to
apparent.
try.
It's all just fucking great.
I'd like to try and answer the question I thought I heard. But we could also allow President Trump, if he wants to answer the distinction. For me, it's how blatant it is, the merging of the military. The signs of corruption and sellout are just exponential. I mean, just 3 weeks ago, last month, the Pentagon put out its warning that the greatest threat of counterintelligence was from Israel. And I guess based on the Pentagon's warning, maybe Congress thought it was a good idea. Oh, let's bring them together then.
If you can't beat them, join them.
I'm curious if President Trump has any thoughts on this thing, please.
Well, we're great allies with Israel. We're going to do really great things. So there are concerns about merging the United States military with other militaries, but this should all be pretty straightforward. Perhaps it's a slippery slope, but a lot of big things going on. Maybe World War III. World War III, we have to do this.
That's
Could
in
be
the books.
temporary.
I mean, World War III is in the books, Trump, or what?
A lot of big things, not under my watch. As soon as I leave, some lesser than will replace me and probably start World War III. But as long as I'm president, there's no World War III today. So
Things
You're
will
gonna-
be peaceful. Okay.
You're going to keep declaring peace for us over and over until
yes,
World
peace,
War III is done.
peace in the Middle East. It's my strong suit. The gas prices are coming down. They're going up. They're going down. But we're gonna have great things before my term is over. We're just in a bit of a tight spot. We're dealing with China. And with this merger of Israel, China has no chance. Our
Oh my
security systems are like the firewall of Great Jerusalem.
Yeah.
What might you do when you find out the advice and the strategies you've been following are wrong? That's a question I wonder.
I only follow my own advice and my own strategies.
Isn't that the truth?
Yeah, Jack, I mean, even though we're not generals or lieutenants or even captains in the army, even though you served in the army, right? We can see there's no strategy behind it. There's no strategy. Absolutely not.
I think it's really cute how you guys kind of in a
Can
mocking
you
way.
just let me speak for 10 seconds?
I thought you were done. There was a long pause. Go ahead. Fucking arrogant dickhead. Fuck
You
you.
actually required me to have a 10-second pause, so that
Fucking
doesn't
go ahead.
actually
I just
make
said I thought you were
sense.
done. Why are you going to berate me
Okay,
for
so
it? I thought
there's
you were
no-
done, dude.
there's
It
no
wasn't a personal slight.
strategy.
Finish your point.
Yeah, this is what they always do. So
This bickering,
there's no strategy
silence.
behind it. There's only an agenda,
So rude.
and that's to deplete the ammunition of the U.S. Army. 10 seconds.
Excuse me, if you will, I will just quickly say that you both remind me of when we're in talks between Benjamin Netanyahu and Iran. You're both bickering, and you both don't know what's even going on anymore. You can't even talk amongst yourselves. You're like two little children.
Hey, Jack. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna get off. I got a chippy tummy. Whatever I've eaten today, whatever that burger was, it's been on the loop for ages, and I think I'm gonna rush back there now in a minute. I'm gonna jump off just so you got a bit of space in your Jack, and if I
Toodles,
finish up
lover.
here, I'll
I'm
get
going to
back
miss
on.
you lots, okay? Big hugs towards you.
All right, guys, I'll catch you in a bit.
Blessings. Blessings. Thank you, brother. Oops. Ooh, my bad there. Thank you. Holy cows. Well, I am curious because I do share this, and I mean no offense here, Mr. President Trump, but I do feel like you're one of the puppets there on the string with Mr. Netanyahu and Hegseth and
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk, Bill Gates, you know, the billionaire frat boys, the Epstein group, right? What's going on there?
Yeah, you wish you knew what was going on there because you'll never get to my level. I'm up there, and you would like to know what we get up to, but you don't know because we control it all. So I'm doing great.
You are doing great for you. Your purpose is to do what you're doing, to rock the boat, to expose a lot of the nonsense. And you're doing a great job as a sales rep for the military industrial complex. Billions and billions. Oh yeah, let's not forget the tech industry complex too for that crypto nonsense. Yeah.
These are the best billions available, Jack. I mean, these are not just any billions. These are the best billions. Hey, so I have a question for Trumpelstiltskin too. So how's the Noahide laws coming along, man?
Well, first of all, I don't know who you're talking to. Are you talking to me? Could you say my name correctly?
Yeah, Trumpelstiltskin.
Oh, please be respectful of our guest.
Oh, President Trumpelstiltskin. Sorry.
Thank you. Well, come on now.
I don't play games. I don't really talk with bullies and intimidators. So if he wants to learn how to speak English and say my name, we can talk. Otherwise, he can keep playing his little games in his head.
Hey, Trump,
I
I've got a question for you.
I'll just keep playing in Sandbox then. Thank you.
Hey, Trump, I've got a question for you. Why won't you hurry up and blow up my country?
Which country is that?
Boy knows.
Well,
I can't understand what he's saying.
please, I don't understand either. I think he's in English.
These people, they want to be leaders. They can't lead on a conversation. They can't do anything.
I don't want to lead. I just hate my country.
Okay, what country is that, young son? What is that?
UK.
We love the UK. Great country. We love the UK people, the English people. Northern
That's a
Ireland,
joke.
Scotland, Wales. My mother is Scottish, as you know. Great place. So, if you have a problem with it, maybe you can move to America, but good luck. You'll need to bring a lot to the table.
I play to. Sorry, I think about it. Sorry, not think. I can't think of the word. My brain's fucking fucked.
Hey, Craig, by the way, you know, you can ask President Trumpelstiltskin to do that, but I think there's somebody else appointed to do that, to bomb your country. I think it's Putin. Putinsky.
Hey, big up Putin.
Yep.
The
So,
words I was looking for, I plan on moving to the United States when I get money.
That's a great plan. I recommend the gold
Yeah, I
card
agree with
visa.
that plan as well.
You simply pay a small fee of $5 million and you get a lifetime citizenship. You can vote for me. I'll be out of office by then, but yeah, I don't really know who keeps calling me names. We have someone, it looks like his name is Voy, looks like gay to me. He's living in the dark. We can't even see his face. He's hiding. He's sad. He's
Yeah.
pathetic. His jokes aren't funny. He's really not funny.
You know why I think Trump, or let me rephrase that. The reason I would vote for Trump over a Democrat is because Trump's not going to take my shit away. You can say he'll take your money away through tariff XYZ, and you can have that, like 4-step debate. That's fine. But he's not as explicit, and it's not as focused against like middle-aged men, young men. It's like, why would I vote for somebody who wants to take my shit away?
God bless America, and God bless the Republican Party. It truly is the superior party. It's so simple. We let you keep your things. What's yours is yours. and give to Caesar what is Caesar's. Very simple. We believe in ownership and sovereignty. Maybe a little bit of sovereignty was given up with this Israel deal, but we're going to fix it. It's going to be good. A lot of big things coming.
What did you say about the London mayor?
I didn't say anything. Do you have dementia?
Yeah, like what the fuck was that?
Oh,
Are
you did. You
listening
said
to
it,
two
you had
streams
to.
right now?
Hey, if you were the real Trump, you wouldn't remember what you said because you said something about the London mayor on your own airplane.
Okay. Well, you're
Oh,
drunk.
I see.
I can hear that now. You're drinking. That's fine. Nothing wrong with drinking, but
Taking
I
a
can
bit
understand.
literal.
That's funny because I've not had a drop of alcohol in fucking 14, 15 years.
Well, maybe you should have one because you're
That's
taking a
great.
bit
No,
literal. Maybe you should fucking loosen up a hair. Sorry, Jack. I
no,
know you're
I
fucking in a different boat, but I love beer. I feel no shame at all for fucking drinking through my
You
trauma
turned
and
around and
shit like
said the
that.
London mayor is a horrible, stinking little man.
he is. He's a little disgusting, slimy rat, and he's not welcome in the United States of America, which I'm the president of.
Is this role
And
playing? Do you have a doll on your lap right now?
do you like the London mayor? You think he's a great guy?
Hell no. I hate his religion.
I like this actor better when he's pretending to be Trump than when he's pretending to be Steffi. You know, I like it way better. Yeah.
You like him better when he's playing a character?
Yeah.
That's not
They
very
call
nice. If you think about it, you're saying like, I don't like you when you're not, you know.
That's what I said.
Yeah, I know. I'm just calling
And
you
I
out,
mean,
like
even
saying a very shitty thing to a person. I like, if I were to like start developing an opinion of you, that right there puts you down quite a bit. That's the point of it. Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Well, that's okay. I mean,
You know, I like you better
hope you're
when,
okay,
when I
Jack.
don't hear you. I really do. It's just, it's something
I
like your
didn't say that.
presence,
I
but
didn't say
it's
that
your
at all. I
presence,
just
but it's
twisted the
not.
words. But that's okay. That's okay.
You
Can
see the
you
irony in what I just said? I didn't mean it, but
Can you please work on self-control? You don't need to take over the whole stream with arguments, guys. Come on.
Hey, I'm not arguing.
I think these people just have a problem when I expose my opinion.
when
It's
you're
like,
rude, yeah, that is problematic.
well, it's not rude.
Boy,
Like I was saying, I think I just like you a lot better when you're not talking.
I didn't
I'm
say
sorry, it's just my
we heard you
preference,
the
bro.
first time. Excuse me. You
Right.
can
Yeah,
both
when he
stop.
keeps repeating, so I'll repeat. You know,
No, that's not what adults do. You need to take the high road
thank
and
you.
be a man.
There we go. There's some leadership. You're absolutely right, my friend. Holy cows. Avil, what you just said was that juvenile behavior that I identify as the unhealed, traumatized ego of the past, that wants to make excuses for poor behavior. Well, they did it. Stop being a victim, dude. Grow up. We can have more fun conversations. We got the POTUS here after all. Anything you want to discuss, sir?
Not really. Just came to say hello, and you know what? I think I'm gonna go now. Thank you for having me. Goodbye.
What
Take
an
care.
honor and a pleasure. Thank you to President Trump for swinging through and for bringing peace, right? That was good.
It was entertaining indeed. Yes.
It's a different thing. You know what? This live streaming is a trip. It really is. But this human life that we're living and sharing every day, it is a trip. We've got to master our minds, and we've got to learn to sit and be still and move when it's right. I'm learning that myself. But beyond the limits our ego creates, because that's what it is. Our ego, while it's formed how it's formed, it becomes a part of us. And then that formed identity, it limits us. And that's actually what we are. The identity of us limits our true power. And once you learn how to use the true power of your mind, ooh, baby, that's where things come through.
I always judge too quick, Jack. That's what I do. That's one of my. I judge too quickly. That's what I.
That's
do.
why.
That's a
It's
tough
what-
one to get over too. It's like, because like anytime you get triggered, you fucking do that. So it's like, you don't even
Right.
have a choice in the matter. You know what I mean? It's like, fuck.
At least
My
I know
reactions are, yeah. Sorry.
it's not a reaction. My judgment. You know, a reaction is a different thing than judgment.
Hey, one thing I've learned from Voy is Voy's just Voy. Just let him get on with it.
Well, learning how to pause prior to giving into the reaction. That's where that momentary, I mean, we've got just, it's often very small moment where you can keep control of yourself. But
Sure.
if you recognize the likelihood of it might coming up, you can pay better attention, prepare yourself. Overcoming our triggers, it's really addressing our inner insecurities. And
Well,
our
just to respond to what you addressed me, just to respond to that, it's like, within reason, like if I'm fucking triggered, like you're saying, violently triggered, like I want to hurt somebody, or you know, that I'm to that point, I'm hot. Taking a break is definitely good. But if it's a topic I'm familiar with and somebody's being a butthead, I think calling them out is the most loving behavior. But like I said earlier, truth needs to be wielded with care. So I'm not out here to make a person's life worse. It's just
right. I get that.
Yeah.
The thing I've been learning though is the egoic part of us, while it may have the right answer, the rush to get it out, it might not be the right time. And that's something I've been learning about is, you know, sometimes you just gotta wait. You just gotta.
I mean, I've been struggling with timing my whole life, and I'm at the point where I just don't fucking care anymore. I try not to be rude, but like if you worry about all that small shit, you're constantly questioning. That's a rabbit hole. You guys let's keep going here.
What?
The other part of this, though, is a lot of the things we'll see in others are reflections of a place we need to look at ourselves. Often the advice we're giving is the advice we need to hear so that we can apply it.
Oh,
I've
yes.
experienced that so many times, guys.
What I
Yes,
mean is like, say you fucking, or you can go ahead. Sorry.
It's like the beam in your own eyes, and I'm talking about the
Yep.
splinter, right? The speck in the eye of the other when there's a beam in your own eye. Yeah.
What I'm kind of getting at, Jack, is back to the gut thing that I was saying. It's like you can constantly question if you're doing the right or wrong thing. So you make a couple bad decisions, you lose some friends. Well, now you know if I do this, if I do X, Y, Z, I'm going to lose a friend, right?
Based
like,
upon
you shouldn't always be questioning what should I do. You should just know. It should be your gut. Fucking just do it. Including calling people out for bad behavior. There's no problem with that in my eyes. I don't know why you think there would be. I mean, Jesus. Well, I'm not going there because I'm not. But anyways, yeah, it just seems silly to me, dude.
Well, please don't get me wrong. I'm not suggesting we don't call out bad behavior. What I'm suggesting actually is exactly opposite. That good people unite together to confront the bad behavior, not only in ourselves, but each other. But there's a time and a place for everything. And I've learned to humble myself and to trust God will show me. Love will show me.
What you're talking about is group psychology. So, like for instance, if you give one person a task and it's their responsibility, it'll most likely get done. If I give 10 people a task to get done, they might say like, "No, you write the paper. I can rely on them." That's a small facet of group mentality. So sure, there is a time and a place to be honest, right? Or take a certain action that is admonishment or like, dishing out a consequence to a child, whatever. But on the whole, it's not like a thing you need to constantly worry about. It's just fucking behave in a way that you.
I've learned that.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Sorry, you may have broke. I didn't mean to interrupt. I might not have had a solid connection. That's what I mean.
It's all good. I was just saying, like, people behave in a way that is predictable. And that predictable way they behave is not logical. They behave in a way where things aren't questioned because deep down they know that comes with a lot of other stuff that maybe they're not ready for. It happens in a like once a pattern is developed, so its defense pattern becomes starts developing, and then once it's ingrained, which is for the individuals a month to a year, whatever it may be, it's no longer thought about. It's what is normal. So if a person, like you have a neurotic who has anxiety spikes when they're around somebody because they have whatever, they just you tell me who I am, that type of deal. They have no fucking clue what's going on.
Okay.
I've trailed off here.
Yeah, you did.
I want to stop trailing off. So.
You, and you ended nowhere. But okay,
Yeah. That's fair. Yeah, I saw that too. So bring us back, Jack. We need you. We need more Talcott guidance here.
Well, I think where you were going was helping to confront those who, different, right? You see that they're wrong and trying to offer them correction and support because that is honest and right. But something I've been learning, and from Melanie, this comment is absolutely right. I just assume people don't want to be wrong, which I agree with. Most people don't want to be wrong. They don't want to be wrong about things, but the path is, I think, guiding people and or showing them the path or the light. It means helping them to understand the facts of reality. And I agree completely with you.
The first thing that Fox said, though, is the key point. Like, some people, maybe they don't want to, or maybe they can, or they don't know, but people, they just don't, like, it's the whole thing in your show. They just don't want to, they're not ready for it. Like, in AA, in the halls of AA, Jack, how many times do you wish you could just grab somebody by the collar and fucking shake them until they get it?
That's not how it's done. I mean, have you ever tried to deal with politicians?
That's what I mean. We can't save people. We can't do that. We can be there for them, but once it becomes a nuisance, you got to let them go. We can't save every crackhead on the corner.
Sometimes these people, you have to deal with them, right? But they just perform the wrong behavior, and
people are stuck in cycles of false belief. And if you can't break through that, even with friendship, if it's, I don't know what the spark is.
It's not about
the spark, but who knows what that is? A lot of people say it's rock bottom, but sorry, go ahead. I'm muting.
Yeah, some people just deny truth, right? And that's just what they do. And most of these people work in city council or in politics, and they will just deny truth because it's what they do. Like you said before, whether it takes a week or a month, and you can't break through to these people, no matter what you say.
Yeah,
that's not true.
And the thing is like, nobody wants to be miserable. These people are terrified.
You're talking about things you're imagining. You don't have the direct experience or qualification to make those conclusions.
Yes,
people can change their minds. I'm literally here offering some suggestions on exactly how to do that for people. But hey, Angela, Avil, you were asked, is there a channel you have? I don't even know what it is. If you want to
No,
drop,
I'm a YouTube voyeur, and I pop in these panels
beautiful.
to stir up the conversation. So sorry.
Stir up the rat's
Yeah,
nest.
yeah, it's too much, too many eyes on me. I like not being seen for the most part. So
It's the way how I used to be. And then I learned ways to find greater self-love, to overcome my guilt, my shame, my limited thoughts on me and the world.
that's
And
not
the
it.
more
I just think if I put out content, I'm responsible for, clarifying, and it's just responsibility. I don't have time or energy for. People are like back to what I just said. Let the crackhead go. We can't save them all. You can do your best and
yeah, if you don't
live the
try.
life you want. You preach, but yeah.
Sure.
Hey,
Whatever.
James,
You don't have to
sorry to
try.
interrupt. Sorry to interrupt, but I'm going to leave, and I wish you the best of luck and a very good evening at the village festivities.
Thank you, brother.
And yeah, see you in the next one.
Later, man. You take care.
Thank you very much. Appreciate you swinging through. Yeah, I do have plans in about an hour, but we can actually continue. Voy is a character, and I love the man, but yeah, there's something between you and him. He was kind of poking at you, and maybe you were poking back too.
Yeah, well, there's probably something about me that fucking, grabbed him by the beard. So happens to me too. Jack, you get me in the way I'm, like it goes every direction. Everybody gets each other in the same ways,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I might be, this might sound like ramblings because I've had a few beers, but it's just to say, like, if I project something I don't like about you, I might have that, but it also goes the other direction, because it would be entailed. Yeah.
Here, let me redirect us, because I did have a presentation, never really kind of went through it, but trying to point out people on the bigger picture of why honest people might want to change the world, right? Because the simple fact is as long as secrets remain legal, people will continue relying on budgets and authority to tell them how to spend their time. What are secrets? What do? Logically, they create information inequality. When important or relevant knowledge is hidden, people can't make informed decisions. And we live in an age of communication and information, so there's really not any reason for people to stay separated from relevant knowledge. And with these secrecy, trust shifts from the truth. People don't believe in the truth, they believe in the institutions. And then since there's a false belief in the institutions and people don't think they can know the truth, then we end up with codependency. The less people know, the easier they are to manipulate, direct, and control. Right? These common excuses: money says I have to, authority says to do it, unquestionable reasons. No, those are lies. Those are ideas to be examined. I mean, ask yourself, is it true? Who benefits from these beliefs? What would I choose if I knew the whole truth beyond the limited whatever, right? Limited choices. The biggest thing is to know together we grow freedom, but we grow together with honor, with honesty. We build on the true knowledge. And that happens when deception loses its power. Secrets lose their influence, false authority weakens, money becomes a tool, not a master, the way it should be. Truth, that empowers the conscience within you. And truly an informed person with a bigger picture and understanding of what they're doing, tend to make the right choices. It's when they're focused on obedience, their mind wanders into ways they can get away with sick and twisted things. Any thoughts on those ideas, guys? Said a lot again.
I think that it's true in some cases. Yeah, absolutely.
I feel pretty good about the possibility, guys, that you and I are alive for a reason. And this greater reason, it's for us to discover our true power as human beings. There's this.
Sorry.
No, please go ahead.
Let me pose an analogy on you for. I'm not saying it's your utopia, but a utopia hypothetically that you might perceive when you talk about like knowledge and truth fixing the world and making it better. Would that utopia have death in it? Would we lose our loved ones eventually?
That's a question that I've been wondering myself. But I believe with the development of restoring and recovering some of the ancient wisdom, along with some of the developments in the more modern technologies, there's people alive right now who know a lot of different things. And I think if we can get the smart people together, we may be able to truly prolong a life with natural regenerative methods, right? Just providing the right environment for the body to heal.
I don't think the time scale is really relevant in this question, Jack. What I'm saying is, like, do people die? Even if I gave you an elixir and you would never die. You would die, right? So people would always still be susceptible to physical ailment. I'm kind of answering my question right now. I fucked that up, so
that's all right. It's that's an interesting question, but I do believe we'll probably deal with death for a while.
Yeah.
It seems the natural part of growth, but hey, we got
to think. Do you think people will ascend? Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Introduce your guest.
Please, if you can. Well, welcome back. Welcome, Specman. How you doing today, my friend?
Hi. I'm glad to see everybody's happy on the show. Yeah.
Fuck yeah, brother. I'm living the dream right now.
I'm glad to see Jack's smiling face. It always makes me feel happy when I see Jack's smiling face. It was so good. I was watching you yesterday, and it was so good. There were two Jacks on the screen. There's two Jacks again. It's the only way to do it. Yeah.
That was weird. Just gonna say that was my take. That was pretty fucking weird.
I appreciate it. It's fun. And you know what? This is the lesson I've been learning, guys. I'm over 50 years old, but this is probably one of the most fun points of my life, because I really do. I believe that anything is possible. And I
Better
feel
to be over the hill than buried in it, Jackie.
I actually feel like there's a lot. Well, I found in my life experience and my studies that what Jesus was saying is likely very, very true on many different levels. And the kingdom of heaven is for each of us to discover and explore, but it is only by the grace of God. But that's how everything happens, is by the grace of God. We just don't realize it. We take the credit and we give each other blame, but it's all really one mystical, powerful expression of experience that we're a part of.
When you sit down, Jack, and you put your full self into it to try to like grapple with the ridiculous thing that you're even fucking here, right? Just the silly. If you're really taking the silliness of everything going on around you and the fact that you're there, how do you rationalize that?
That's a great question.
I think
I've
it's
been-
different for everyone. Yeah.
It is, because it's going to depend on what you know and what's immediately around you, what's pressing in your future. But the way I do it is, it's been this practice of acceptance, right? I got to accept that I don't want to worry. I got to accept that I don't want to be upset. And then I got to surrender. Surrender to the present moment, the way that it is, as it is, even with the discomfort or whatever is in my head and my heart. So acceptance and then surrender. Through that, then I can
I think
consciously.
that's, I
Go
think
ahead.
you're answering the question would be like, how would you cope with it? What I'm asking is like, how do you make sense of it?
Oh, you allow the sense to be known. You don't do it yourself. You go within and allow the pieces to put together so that your objective mind can see what you couldn't see before.
I mean,
So-
honestly, I would say that that's a nonsense answer. But at the same time, there is no sensible answer. So like fucking, like
Well-
whatever I would say would also be kind of ridiculous, like it's a paradox either way. Like where did stuff come from? Was it always here? Paradox. Was it created? It's just fucking, there's no making heads or tails of it.
Actually,
and that's
Jim-
interesting when I see people. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
no, I'm sorry. I just wanted to point out, you're right there. Okay, you're witnessing the paradox. Now, the next step for you, it's to accept, and I'm not sure if you find the resolve of the paradox or if you celebrate knowing the paradox. The two will go together. I mean, once you see the light in the dark and you recognize the oneness of it all, then eventually things click within you and you're like, oh man. All right.
Before
now
I was, oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Before I was as dumb as I am now, when I was younger, I talked to God. It's always been enough proof that I needed. I just always felt it internal. It was never poised on me. Like I never had somebody offer the concept to me. I always did. I remember doing it before any of that. So for me, at least, I know that it was natural. So like right or wrong, it's like, does it really matter?
Well,
If it's a part of your nature to believe in God or talk to God, it's a different type of argument.
yeah,
It takes a few steps, but
those
it's
are
hardwired into people to believe in some type of creator. So when you say like, yeah, there is no way out of the paradox, well, that comes with cognition paired with a sense of self identity. Just a big old messy mind fuck. I shouldn't even ask a question. That really is just derailed this shit. I'll be quiet for a while here.
Well, once you know the goal, if you can believe the goal is achievable or attainable, then, and if you find the goal worthy, you'll find a way. And I'm telling you, the questions you were asking about escaping guilt, shame, or even the worry and stuff, it really is. It comes down to figuring out, what do you want? What do you want?
The worst thing I could ever imagine for that is realizing and not questioning it. You know it. You were a bad fucking person, but you want to change and you want to be a good person. You're not a victim. Nobody created you to be a bad person. You have been that way. You're afforded every love, true love, not codependent love. You're given everything, and you were just a fucking rotten person, everyone in your life. And then you want to change. Like, how do you get over that? That is the one thing that's like, fuck, I really am a piece of shit, Like, no one did this to me. Truly, no one did that to you.
And that's fine. Sometimes that's true, but recognize there's not a bad person. There's just a person who made bad choices.
Well, like
Okay.
I don't even know if it can be done, Jack. Like I'm on the fence about if a person can come back from that
Why? What would convince you that reforms
because
are available?
it goes against my view that everybody is inherently born with goodness. But if that is true, then you're not. You're born fucking evil. I don't know how a person logically, if they're smart enough upstairs and they can add 1 + 1, how would you do that? How could you convince yourself? Like what? You fucking put a couple of electrodes on your head and just shock the shit out of you until your fucking left side brain is toast and you.
I
I
don't
don't
know
know.
what you're trying to answer.
I know. I listen, dude. I'm just kind of rambling here, so sorry if you don't follow. I thought it made sense.
Well,
It's
you've
just
got
it's
some
comical. It's
resistance.
if people
It
aren't
is a good
inherently.
question though. How can a man be competent, get to work every day, pay his rent and pay his bills, yet do things that are so antisocial and against the community? It is a good question. I like it.
And there's many variables in people's development. We've got a corrupted society that perpetuates trauma and people are broken. But we've got the answers. I mean, just if you don't want to believe that people can change, then I'm really wondering why. Why? Because,
Oh, I don't. Oh, sorry, Jack. Keep going. I apologize.
well, and maybe I misunderstood you because you did say a few things, but one of the more recent is children are born pure and innocent. It's the most divine expression. It's coming from heaven, that new form of life. And there's a lot of explanations. You guys familiar with Bruce Lipton by chance?
No.
I was listening to Bruce Lipton
I'm
earlier
not
today.
either.
His field of science, if I remember right, was biology, cellular biology, molecular, whatever, but primarily biology. And he presented these theories that sound very solid to me regarding epigenetics, that in our DNA we're passed down these potentialities, these traits that are within us, but it's actually our environment. Our environment will determine if those triggers and parts of our genetics will become more active or not. So
Oh, yeah.
his point is our environment makes an incredible part of our life experience, and the biggest control of our environment is right there in between the ears. Okay? Because that processor in our mind that's projecting everything, and it's like a processor. It's computing all sorts of things constantly. If we don't pay attention to the state of the mind and the heart, it'll dump these chemicals into our bodies and we'll never feel comfortable. We'll find disease and unrest and just drive ourselves to death.
Yeah, like you take a young program, you starve it of all of its natural needs, just things that it needs, right? So it starts developing all these habits to get those in whatever way it can, right? So it's just confused. It doesn't even know how the system operates at that point.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
it's just a messy, tangled web to try to fucking, because it hurts a lot too, you know? It's just, and then you got to fucking go through all that shit, and it takes a long fucking time. And that's a lot of people like it. Sorry.
Some people take a long time to find and to travel the path of healing. Others, I know for a fact, miraculous transformations happen. You just got to put the right pieces together and incredible things can happen. But I am ready to start wrapping up. However, oh, he dropped out. There's another guest in the back. I was going to bring him up to say hi. Let's start transitioning out. I'll do
What are
some.
you fucking got? Are you got the itch to go dancing, or what are you doing here?
There's a farmers market, community market with bands and booths and all sorts of things. Not too
Oh,
far.
yeah.
Sounds
Flea
like it'll.
market? Like a flea market where people sell stuff?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's it. And hopefully some produce. I don't know. I haven't been. It's a beautiful day.
Got a
I thought-
hankering for some iceberg lettuce or I'm sorry, I keep interrupting. I know it's not me.
Anyway, final words.
No, I'll wait till after.
All right. I'm not going to stick around long, though. So please and thank you. Appreciate you, brother.
Have fun out there. Hopefully you find some cool deals.
Amen. Appreciate you. Thank you for joining. I do appreciate the conversation. Spec Man, what are you feeling?
I'm so happy to just have had the chance to be, part of the last part of the show. It's been good, and you've built a beautiful community here, and we are all trying to find our path through this thing that we call life. But I noticed you were talking about the life and death cycle just a little bit ago. And we know that even stars, I mean, the most majestic things in our sky, even stars have a life and death cycle. And so everything in the universe, as far as I know it, it is in that constant spiral. And the thing about us humans is we've got that special magic spark. Yeah, and I personally believe that that special magic spark can go from the non-physical, come back to the physical, go from the non-physical. So just like stars, we can be born again, and that gives me hope, and it makes me feel that I am part of something much bigger than only this particular life cycle. Thank you, Jack.
Man. Hey, thank you, my friend. Those were beautiful words and perspectives. I really do resonate with that. We are like stars. Oh man, I could go off into that about light and all sorts of things and life. And that was his point. There is a life cycle to all things, and to all things must come and go. But here, before we go, welcome briefly, Scott 2B. How you doing, brother? And there he goes. That was very appropriate, maybe. Who knows? It's all divine. Brothers and sisters, thank you again to all who tuned in, who joined, whatever part of the show you tuned in and joined. If you're here now, I encourage you, maybe check out the beginning, see if there wasn't something there, because I started early today, recognizing that that's not the best for the consistency of my dedicated and my regular viewers. But regardless, if you found your way here today, I hope you find some positive energy. Peace is the purpose, and the reminder is, don't enable lies, man. Let it be the truth, only the truth for you, so that you can grow in this expansive life and this glorious experience of divine love, the Christ, the spark of life that I think Spec Man was pointing to right there. That spark of light and life. There's a holiness within us, and there's something I wanted to get to a while ago. Trusting the gut and the inspiration, the internal spirit of you. There's a Holy Spirit of you that will guide you and lead you if you learn how to trust it and listen to it. Sometimes it'll lead you to do things in life that it may not make the most sense at the time, but if you feel it's righteous and you're moving with love, well then, as long as you're with love, well then the unrighteous choice is not a choice. And as long as you stay on the path to be with righteousness and love, that means being fully honest, willing to accept where I'm wrong, willing to turn directions when proven that no, this one's not going to work, man. You got to do something different. I mean, that's all that life is. It's really not that hard. It's just hard for the foolish. And God gives you and I this incredible power of mind. But I believe we do not discover the truest capacity of our gifts, of our gifts, and our internal system of energy that brings a heavenly power into the earthly realm. I don't believe we can access the fullness of our power like maybe Jesus or Yeshua did until we learn how to master the voice, the will, the power within. And if you don't learn how to give yourself to God, you'll just destroy yourself. It's what lies will do. Lies and selfishness will lead to cruelty. And there's no excuse for cruelty, whether it's even if it's just being cruel to you. We're here to grow with love. With God is all good things, so be with God to know. I'm going to wrap it up there. I think I said what I wanted to say. We'll come back to the primitive knowledge, the guidance system that's within you. I might head down that road tomorrow, but we'll see what the future brings. Thank you again. Till next time, choose love, peace for everyone. Thank you again to everyone who joined as well. Let's all walk with faith and live without fear. Praise God and hallelujah. Yahoo!